Hey everybody, this is Stormland. Thanks for joining me on another one of Chris's beer reviews. Today I'm going to be trying out the Thornbridge Kipling South Pacific Pale Ale. It's a 5.2% ABV. We got a 500 milliliter bottle here. And yes, again, 5.2% ABV. Got your standard little Thornbridge cap here. It's got a little bit of a brief statement in the back, and I'll read it for you really shortly. It says Thornbridge Brewery is a collaboration of innovation, passion, and knowledge. Our brewers come with a variety of experience, but all share the same desire to make great beers. Using the flavors of the land, their aim is to put the art back into the science they were taught. Brewing has forever pushed the boundaries of technology. We found a way to use it to harness our possession for great flavored beer. This means no pasteurization or filtration. No stealing of delicate flavor and aroma molecules. This is a craft beer as it should be, a complex combination of all that makes great beer great. Kipling is a golden beer made exclusively with fabulous Nelson Sauvignon hop that imparts tropical fruit-like flavors. Thornbridge were the first UK brewery to use this hop. The beer's initial sweetness and medium body are balanced by a lasting bitter finish, which is everything that I like. And just to be a little bit more specific, this is from the United Kingdom, and it is thornbridgebrewery.co.uk, and that is that. So let's dip into this. In the front it also says innovation, passion, and knowledge. We're drinking it out of my, what do you want to call it here, Old Speckled Hen branded pint glass. And let's go. Wow, that was huge. That actually hit me in the stomach, and it might leave a mark. I smell this fruitiness that they speak of. Now, I'm going to tell you straight up right now, before I even dip into this, it's a South Pacific Pale Ale. Yet, right now, right off the nose, it immediately smells like an East Coast IPA, which is full out India Pale Ale. So I'll be curious as to how this pours. That being said, I'm expecting this to have a light, almost orangey looking color. Or, yes. Well, that was pretty close. It also kind of looks like your standard beer, which is pretty cool. That's something that a pale ale, something that the pale ale beers generally tend to have in common. It's interesting. I picked up on that aroma. I immediately smell grapefruits and this Nelson Sauvignon hop I'm also smelling here. Alright, so we really do have a white eggshell colored head here. You can barely see that because of the light above me, but if I were to just go, light be gone. There you go. You can almost, you can't really make out how white it is. It's, sorry, it's not a very good description. Two-fingered head, got small, medium, and large bubbles, so all over the place here. High carbonation, you can actually easily see this one right up down the middle, coming up the sides. Let's dip in. Wow. So it doesn't look like an East Coast IPA, but it at least tastes like one. You know what? I want to say that this tastes like a West Coast IPA because you don't actually get that incredibly bitter aftertaste the beer is speaking of, the bottle is speaking of. East Coast IPAs tend to have very, very bitter, hoppy aftertaste. West Coast IPAs tend to be darker, and they tend to have less. Oh, now I'm getting everything confused. Doesn't matter. You get the point. Now, I really, really, really like this hop. that it's talking about here. Because sure, it provides the foundation of an IPA, but it's not, and it really, really takes away from the bitterness of the IPAs. So that being said, generally, this is, if it was an IPA, the type of IPA that I've been looking for ever since I've gotten into IPAs. So I can say probably about a full-on year now. It's the first time that I can really say that I'm not picking up on that aftertaste at such an extreme level. That being said, most IPAs that have done that for me, that were misleading, by the time you get about here, uh, it's all over. It's heavy. The bitterness is incredibly strong, and that flavorful hoppy taste that some people may love to hate or hate to love. Um, that's where you're going to be getting that flavor. So at this point, I'm going to give this beer 2 ratings. 1 rating, which is based on the fact that if I get to the bottom of this glass and it is incredibly, incredibly bitter, hoppy aftertaste, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. And the fact, and if I get to the bottom and there is that taste is not there, I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. And if I were to compare it to pale ales that I've had in general, I'd give it a 9.5 out of 10. It really is right up there. It's really, really good. It's not bland, but it's very flavorful at the same time. So there you go, people. Amazing beer. I don't know what this... Well, never mind. I guess I can't say I know what the South Pacific has to do with it. Anyways, people, thanks for joining me on another one of Chris's beer reviews. Don't drink and drive, but drink responsibly. Cheers.